talking about my favorite drop shot bait, the Strike King Dream Shot. And this is I believe they call it the Magnum version. And I just wanted to get this crappie, obligatory crappie catch out of the way. And so this is how I found this bite. And these fish were holding 15 to 30 feet off the break, like way off where it dropped from 4 down to 15. They were not sitting where you would expect them to, like right on the drop break, or down at the bottom there. They were 15 feet or 30 feet into the basin of the main lake. And the water's been starting to clear up. We get the yearly algae bloom and the weeds dying off. And, fishing's been a little tough until you find them. And once you find them, you can normally get into them pretty good. But these fish were hard to catch. I would see them on the graph, like idling out and putzing around, and could not get them to bite. Well, I figured them out a little bit today. And when they bit it, they were choking this bait. And I wanted to do this drop shot video because I've been gun shy since my buddy Bear Pig got to give me grief all the time about my reel or handle on the other side. But he knows this bait, and well, that day I was reeling on this hand too, so he can't give me any crap. And anyway, this bait's awesome. They got awesome colors for it. I'm rigging it on that Roboworm rebarb hook, and it's got that nice bait keeper. And pretty much Bear Pigs got me into drop shotting. Wasn't real big into it, and fishing with him through the years got me into it, and this bait excels at it. And dude, you know how they were biting it. This was that exact same bite. And these fish were biting this so light, like you would go to shake your bait and it would just feel like dead, like it wouldn't shake, and then you would just reel into these fish. And I'm using 12-pound braid to an 8-pound floral leader on an Elliott medium. I think it's a medium fast 7-1 foot rod, and man, so sensitive. It's awesome. And literally this bite is so light, it feels just like somebody gently pushing a finger onto your rod. And so when you go to check your bait, and if something feels any different, just start reeling, because you don't need to set the hook when you're drop shotting. You just kind of reel on into them. A little lean back. Yep. Anyway, it was the same bite, just so light. Such a tough bite. But if you felt it and got them, it was a nice fish. So the water's been slowly clearing up. And this spot, they were kind of like over a mucky bottom. So like if I thrown the crankbait out there, I was just either way too above them, or I was digging down into the muck. Same with the jig. So I'd throw the drop shot out there, and I'd literally just try to sit it in one spot, because if I was moving it, it was getting caught in the muck. And the wind blowing up there, I thought they would have been positioned closer to the bank or to the break, but they weren't. So that was weird. So I was sitting up on top of the point in 4 feet of water and casting as far as I could. And if that wasn't far enough, I would go to the end of the break. We'll see it here. So here's the 4 foot. This is the top of the point. And I'd sit up there and cast as far as I could, and I'd catch what I could there, and then I would move off to the end of the break. and cast. And yeah, this little bit bigger bait, I wasn't catching that many crappies. And what's funny is, see, they were sitting way, way out off the break. And I don't know if it was just like random ones coming, because it would take me. So the red line, that's the point, and the green marks are where the bass were. And then the black and the other colors, that's a weed flat that's up there during the summer. So all the weeds have died off. And then the bass just kind of, during the big algae bloom, they just kind of went down out to the main basin and just laid down on the bottom. And they were laying down there for a couple weeks. And every once in a while, if you timed it right, I think it was a big timing deal on these spots. If you timed it right, you could get them to bite. Otherwise, it was they weren't having it, no matter what you were throwing down there. Yep. And man, they were fighting so hard. I got broke off a couple times. I don't know if they were pike or a bass. I didn't see them. But yep. Late September, almost August. Beautiful colors. Grouse everywhere. Yeah, they're fighting so hard, I'm just like letting the drag wear them out. But yeah, this is a great bait. And the way I've been rigging it up, I just leave the hook exposed. If I was running or throwing it around weeds, I would, you can Texas rig it with this hook too. Just clip it in through the nose and then go back out through it. And yeah, great hook. Great hook. But yeah, so that's the bite I found, and it was awesome to find. I love this bite. I love this drop shot bite, especially ever since that one tournament. And it's just so finessey when they're biting it like that, and then also when you reel in to it, and it's, some of the biggest bass you've caught all year. And with that's a 4.5 inch, I believe. And it was just big enough where the crappies were leaving me alone. And the bite is so light that when a crappie or a sunny or a perch or whatever would hit it, it's like I knew better. I knew, I would just shake and knew immediately that it was a crappie, because they were hitting it so hard and the bass were just gumming it. But yeah, they were just all out there in the main basin of the lake. Yeah. So I think they're slowly starting to make their way up shallow a little bit. Up shallower. But yeah, caught a whole bunch of them. Super fun drop shot bite. That's what's fun about bass fishing. There's a million ways to catch them. You're not going out and doing the same thing all the time. Big old hog. Yep, and this was after a storm too. So that's the episode, guys. Thanks for watching.